How you doing, everybody? Hi, Dominic and Gary and John and uh, Domenico. Hey, Dom, Gary. Hi, guys. Now, listen. I really need your help on this. I'm trying a different computer. All right. Uh, what happened was that I got this stand that people use. Well, I guess I use it for Zoom and stuff like that. And I have no idea what it's going to sound like or what it's going to look like. So anyway, let me know. Javi, you can tell me too. Hi, Rick. So let me know. Is the sound okay? And is the video okay? I need to know. Help me out here, guys. Oh, good. All right. Um, that's all I needed to know. Oh, A1. Great, great. Good. This is my portable computer, and they have this stand for it that I put together, and so I had to try it out, and then I have to review it. So that's the way it goes. Hey, Mark, how you doing, man? Ludo, hi, Ludo. Anyway, still have my. I really, some watches I like to wear a lot. Let me see if you can see how well that one comes in. This is my Van Cleef and Arpels, and it means time here and time elsewhere, but it's in France, and French, and my pronunciation still needs some work. In fact, a lot of work. Hi there, Alter King. Hi, John Marita. Is that right? How you guys doing? Happy New Year to you too, Mark, and everybody else. Okay, couple things. Let's get started. One of the things that I asked the group this morning is how it's sort of going along with our watch project. Now, I don't know how many steps we're going to end up with, but we've got to step 4 so far, and that's putting on the dial. And the next thing we're going to do is put on the hands. Now, I've already started putting the hands on. I have the hour and the minute hand, and you can see. Let me see if I can get this up here. You can see, and also the date and so forth. This is I got the Soprod A10, which is to me is a very nice movement, and it has all of the features of the ETA 2982 or whatever. What's it called? Let me see. I wrote it down. 2892A2. That's the name of that's sort of the one that we're going with. Hi, JB. How you doing? Hey, Domenico. How's Rome? I was there a couple of years ago, and I'm glad I was there then because now we can't travel anywhere for a while. So yeah, that's the way it goes. Mounted dial today. Still waiting for hands in a couple of weeks. Okay, great to hear, Gary. How did did you have any problem getting the dial on and everything, and having it tightened and everything? How did that go, Gary? Hi, Paul. Hey, Junior. I'm going to see if I can get you to make a watch. Had to use dial nut. Sometimes you have to. The feet on my dial were very, very small, and had to give it a squeeze. But they also sent me some dial dot because they had the 2892A2 is a very thin movement, and that's why it's more expensive. The fatter ones aren't as dear as the ones that are nice and thin. Hi, boy, let me see that. You, some of this, everything on here is smaller, and I can't see some of the names, and I don't want to miss anybody. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find my here. Is this it? No, I got all kinds of. I don't want to bring out my loop. Where'd it go? I got all kinds of. Let me see. Alariza. Alariza, how you doing? I hope I pronounced that right. Um, anyway, okay, you're trying. That's good. Following the steps, great. That should work okay. Um, there's you can a number of things you can do by making your own watch. First of all, you can get a pretty good idea of the movement. This is why I like the Soprod A10. They were a little more expensive, but they what they really were is that they were attempts by Seiko years ago to have a high horology movement. Well, it was a bomb. It wasn't anything wrong with the movement. The movement was great. The problem was that the Seiko buyers weren't used to paying that much for a movement or a watch, and so what Seiko did, they contacted Soprod and basically said, "Look, we're going to give you a license to do this and that and so forth." And I'm not sure what their idea was, but they were going to, excuse me, they were going to get what was called the 4L series into sort of the Swiss movement and so forth. Well, they did. And then there were all kinds of things. Soprod was bought and sold, and all kinds of weird stuff happened. And so eventually, Soprod was bought by Festina, which is a Spanish group. They own a number of different movement and watch things. Anyway, the Soprod A10 used to be used by a lot of different companies, but then they stopped because I think that Soprod was a little more expensive than some of the other ones. But now that ETA has gone away, Soprod A10 is now called the Soprod M100. I have no idea why. And they're really, really good movements. So I'm happy with it. The other one that I'd like to know, if any of you guys have tried, is the Chinese one called the Seagate oil money. Oh man. Okie doke. So so some of you sound like you're moving right along. I'm glad to hear you got the dial on and getting the hands on, getting the hour hand and the minute hand on turned out to be relatively easy. Getting the second hand on is always a problem. And what I do is that I try to put it on, and if I'm successful, then I'm done. If I'm not, I wait, because it just takes your entire psychic energy with tweezers and everything else you can put together. So anyway, hi Markin, how you doing? Isn't Festina belonging to the Swatch group? No, Festina is its own group. It's a Spanish group. Unless they got bought by Swatch when I wasn't looking. But I don't think they were, but I could be wrong. By the way, do any of you get that the Europa watch magazine? I forgot the full. It's something Europa, and it's really. I mean, they have great stories about watches and all kinds of stuff about watches. But it's sort of like a European trade magazine, a watch trade magazine. I just got my copy today. A while back, they said, "Okay, we're charging you guys now for our magazine." And so I ignored it, and they kept sending it. So if you can get on their list somehow, it's a great magazine to get. Hi, dear Alter FE. Hey, King guy. Let's see. Some Seiko, not only for the Grand Seiko, got very expensive. Even the mid-class Seiko Presage or a Prospect line are about 1,000 or more. Yeah, they have they do good stuff. I'm not a fan, and I've said this, and not because it's not anti-quartz. I'm just not interested in quartz, no matter how they do it. FP Journe's things are brilliant. Seiko's, yeah, what do they call it? Their movement that generates the quartz power. That's not something I'm interested in. Um, Hi, Michael. No, that's not Michael. It's Michal, right? How are things in Dublin? Green. Europa Star. That's the one, Rick. Thank you. Yeah, that was the one I got. That if you can get your mitts on that magazine, it's really a good one. Are there any suggestions for the skeleton below 1,000? I don't know. I'm not into too much into skeletons. I like Marco Lang's, not you flip them over and you look at the back and you can see this trigonal bridge and you can see the entire movement from the back, but the front is a regular watch. Spring drive, that's it, Junior. Yeah, I mean the spring drive is brilliant engineering, okay, but it's just not for me. I'm the same way about silicon in hairsprings. It's nothing wrong with it, and it's great because it's anti-magnetic. But I don't know. It's sort of like, I guess you could put in plastic parts in there too, and it would work. And or nylon parts that might even last longer. But I like the old-fashioned stuff. Okay, hi, Michelle. Say, you read my name correctly. Thank you. Oh, great. I rarely get things correct when I try to form another something, like Mikhail Parmigiani. I called him Michael for a long time before I realized it was a different name. Hi, Raj. Seiko has kinetic and solar powered. Yeah, they have those. They, a lot of companies now have it too. So does ETA. ETA has a quartz. It's called automatic quartz, auto quartz. And basically, the rotor generates enough electrical power to run the quartz regulator to run the watch, and you're very accurate timing that way. Hi, Kaz, how you doing? Happy New Year to you too. Okay, so let's. So anyway, I just wanted to check first of all with the how many of you were working on a movement. And if you got any questions about it or anything like that, let me know. Let's see. Silicon has come a long way from its earliest applications. I know that. I know that. Okay. I'm well aware of that. And so has quartz, and so has a lot of other things, but so have smartwatches. All right. I program the things. And so it just doesn't, I like something different. Let's see. Are you part of the soap prod interchangeable with ETA 2892? Yeah, they are. And it was not a mistake that happened, or it wasn't by dumb luck. The reason when they sold the or they licensing agreement they had with Soprod, but they did it that way because they wanted everything to fit in with the molds and a lot of the other elements in the cases and so forth that were built for the 2892. And there is a difference. There is a quality difference. Which Soprod is that, Michelle? It's called the A10, and they renamed it. The new one is called the M100, both by Soprod. Hey, Eggs, looking to build a Solida-based 2824 clone watch. Any thoughts on where to find cases? Oh, let's see. I think I actually have a case for that. I did it on Solida made one that was called the 201 or 210, something like that. And when I took this watchmaking class through uh, forgot the name of the company, the one that Fry has. That was the one, and I think they had and they sent me a case along with it as part of the kit that they had for building it. I got a watch, a Soprod A10, and they bought it from Seiko, I've heard. Well, it wasn't exactly that way. It was a lot more convoluted, Michelle. The What they did was that, like I mentioned before, they it was actually part of the 4L family from Seiko, and it was a bust with Seiko because Seiko buyers were used to paying less money for the watch, and so they made some kind of licensing agreement with Soprod. Soprod was then bought, I think, by some Chinese company, and the Japanese and Seiko didn't want the Chinese to have it. And so it went in through all of this rigmarole. And finally, I think Festina ended up with it. They may have been owned by Citizen at one time, too. There's so much of that stuff going on, it's hard to keep up. eBay supply the cases for divers 2824. Yeah. Uh, John and Ludo, uh, you can find the cases. Another place is AliExpress. You can get them there too. I'll make the ETA version of it, but that's holding me in finding the loom dial with Arabic numbers. Um, I don't know. That I couldn't tell you. Yeah, 4L. That was the one that was the family. They're great. They're really they're excellent movements. But I got a feeling if you get an actual ETA 2892, you're also going to get an excellent movement. This one keeps really good time. What I should have done, but I was too anxious to get it together, was while it's still in its case, I should have put it on my time grapher. I'll do that once I get it all cased up and everything. Okay, let's talk about some things. I've been thinking about, watches for next year. And one of the ideas that I had, well, two of them. I had two ideas. That's my limit. One, now remember we've been working with Agenor. And when I talking to Nicholas Viderek, he said something about they're making a watch for some guys that helps them out. They're making a movement or something like that. And we were talking about having the jumping seconds and the retrograde minute, but that not a lot of people wanted to jump on that for probably, I don't know, any number of reasons. One was that they were fairly pricey, about 7,000 euro for one of those. So that is a lot. But man, I tell you, what a great movement. So, but then I thought, well, maybe this might be easier all the way around. And I wanted to get your opinion on it. Is to talk to them and say, look, you guys are going to be making one for your, for these, as a gift for some people to help you out. Why don't you just make a few more and we'll buy them. And that way we would have an Agenor movement in a watch. And that would be, that's extremely special. I mean, really, you're talking about getting something on the order of a Philippe Dufour movement. These guys, their stuff is just amazing. And they got a ton of awards to prove it, but that's another story. Plus the fact that Jean-Marc Viderek was the first watchmaker of the year, and that was they don't make any watches. They make that now. I don't. They make movements, but they're not a watchmaker. Yet their movements have won all these prizes. I thought, well, maybe that would be a way that we could get it. It would be more affordable, and at the same time, it would help them out because if they're going to be making them anyway as a gift, and we bought some, that would help offset it. And I thought that might be a way that we could better afford it, and it would be something that they'd be more interested in doing. What do you guys think? So, hey Donald, how you doing? Hey John, my image is blurry now. Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying this. We're trying a new thing out, and if it's a blurry, I don't know what it is. Yeah, Mark, that's the same way I feel. It was not to rub it in, but anyway, okay. Another one too. I was talking to Mark about this a little, and we've got to be careful about how this is approached. I was I was looking at this new Marco Lang that they had. It's just gorgeous watch in about 50,000 different ways, and it's 70,000 euros. So, that's not something that we could go tripping over. Yeah, Donald. Yeah, that this is the idea of keeping the cost down. And see, here's the good part about keeping the price down. If you sell more at a lower price, I mean a lot more, I think that they'd do better too. Anyway, these we'll have to take a look at that. All right, now column it your I don't know what I can do about the optics on this. This is a built-in camera on my hand. I don't know if that helped or not. That's the way it is. Okay, now here's another thing that we might think about too, is that we very few of us can afford a $70,000 Marco Lang watch. So what do we do? I was thinking something under 10,000 and see if we could set it up as a subscription. And the way subscriptions work is the same way that Breguet started working. It says, well, here's this watch I'm going to make, and have if you want a subscription to it, it'll cost you this much up front, and then get them all made. We get them at a better price. So that was another idea. So my idea, and I keep trying to think of this, because see, they've got to be careful, because if they start making inexpensive watches, there's a problem that they may have with their other customers. So we can't do that. On the other hand, if it's a subscription, that sort of has its own funky little category, and they could limit the number they make, and then which wouldn't hurt us a bit. So I don't know. I just trying to figure out something for people who really appreciate excellent watches, but they also really appreciate having a house over their head and don't want to eat, peanut butter sandwiches for the rest of their life so they can buy a watch. Okay, let's see. I think it's because the internet over demand at the beginning of the image was A1. Now it's D7. Okay. John and Marita could get a timeshare and Marco Lang watch. We did that with Rolf Lang watch. We had a timeshare. There were, I think, a total of 14 of us or 13 of us, one of the two. And we passed this watch around, and everybody got to keep it for a month and show it off. And we did that, and that was sort of fun. Boy, that would be, and that was our timeshare. I still have it. I when I talked to Rolf, he said, "Well, he's got all kinds of plans." And in a way, it's like, we don't know what to do in the pandemic. We got to figure this out and figure that out. And there was a dealer, a very good one, Cellini's in New York. They're a Park Avenue deal. have they're interested in his stuff too. So I don't know what they're going to do. What about setting up a beg stream? No, I don't want to do that stuff. But you know, and siphon. Nah, oil money. You probably know more about those kinds of finances than I do, but I like things pretty straight up as much as possible. I mean, by that, I don't know. It was, I just want to sort of have something that we can do together. Uh, I wouldn't mind at all if we had another shared watch thing. What do you know what I think about this idea? Please let me know when and where should send the money. Give me a break. See, this is something else too. Marco Lang is sort of like a guy who is he's a real purist. He has nothing but top quality, and there are a few other ones like that, and they have no apology for it. There was one I read the other day. The guy said, "Yeah, I'm a purist. So what?" All right. And so, when we have that, and then somebody comes along, a bunch of, you know, guy says, "Hey, how about doing this, and we could set up a little subscription thing, and do it as we could even set it up as a one-off, and if it worked out, then maybe we could do something else, maybe not, but that would be something we could check into, and don't anybody send me money. We'll get oil money. He sounds like he knows about money. Me, it's like I don't know. Okay. Is the picture still pretty bad? Okay, doke. Well, good. Well, we'll see what we can do. This might work out. So we got two different things going, and I'll check on both of them. I got a really nice greeting yesterday from Marco Lang, not Marco Lang, but Nicholas Viderek at Agonor. So he wanted to know, he said, what kind of projects you got going this year? So, since you asked, that might work out pretty well. It's terrible. Sound is good. The picture is terrible. Well, there's nothing much I can do about my makeup. It's gone with the wind. The picture is blurry, but the content is fun. Oh, thank you. All right, how are we doing on time? We got a couple minutes left. Why don't I take some questions from you guys? Could we do a round two of the Rolf Lang? I don't know, maybe that's a possibility, I suppose. We could do that. Let me check with Rolf, all right, because he's got a whole bunch of plans going on. The only thing with the Rolf Lang, we had to keep it in the U.S. I'd like to have one that we could send it around the world, but there's just no way we can do that right now. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mikael. Hey, Ritus, how you doing? Just joining. The stream is already ending. Yeah, we have it for a half an hour. I think that's all my better half can tolerate. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Let's see, what can I compare those high-end watches with high-end painting? You're right. Alter King, you're right. That's very good. That's a very good example. Yeah, I know. I really enjoy it. Javi, we love hearing from you. We really do. Everybody does. Okay, let's see. Well, how about any kind of questions or anything you want to talk about? We got a few minutes left. Mark, no interrogations, Mark. Anything. What do you guys got to Diane talk about? Anything? Nothing, huh? Okay, well, it's 4:30 my time, New York time, so my time is up. Too many people ask, 2021 is a new year. Yeah, I hope so. I hope a lot to look forward to, I think. What's your next watch for it? But I'll have to check my bank account on on my movement and all of my other stuff. But I think it'll be new. Anyway, guys, take care. Good night in France. What is that? Bon, bon nuit? Is that how you say it in France? French? Okay, guys, this blurry picture will now disappear. Everybody be safe, wear your mask, get your shots, take real good care of yourself.